Welcome to
Car Stories for GG Kids.
a place where
Kids like us
we'll be inspired.
by awesome Christian stories.
Hello, boys and girls.
Hello, boys and girls. It's Poppy here, and I'm with Esther because we have another sneak peek.
That is right. Today we're doing one beautiful story called Nick and the Moonlight Animals.
And Esther's friend is reading this one as well.
Yes, my friend Angus, all the way from the UK, is reading this story, and he sounds so good.
Oh, I can't wait to listen to it. Quick, boys and girls, sit down and get comfy.
Yes, so get ready. The story is beginning. Oh, but before we go to the story, Poppy, we have a shout out.
Ooh, I love shout-outs.
So today's shout out is for Josephine, who lives all the way in Nashville, Tennessee, USA.
Oh, that's so far. Hello, Josephine.
And not only Josephine, she also has her little sister whose name is Evelyn. She's 3 years old.
Oh, wow. Hi, Evelyn.
And she's got a little brother named Daniel, and he's 6 months old.
Oh, he's a baby. How cute. I love babies. Hello, Daniel.
And Josephine is 6 years old. She says that she loves ponies because she has drawn her favorite zoo animal, which is a pony.
Josephine, you have done such a beautiful job, and we love that you sent us all these beautiful pictures because they are going to be on our blog so everyone can see them. So boys and girls, there will be a link below because we love showing all the beautiful pictures that all our lovely listeners send.
So Josephine has drawn different animals like hippos and giraffes, and it's just really beautiful and colorful. But her sister Evelyn has also drawn some pictures, and we'll put them in there as well.
Thank you, Evelyn. We'll put yours on the blog too. I'm so excited.
Thank you so much, Josephine, and your little brother and sister for listening to the stories. We are super happy you enjoy them.
Oh, well, I hope you're listening now so you can get ready and we're going to hear the story, the sneak peek of Nick and the Moonlight Animals. Ooh, I'll get my bean bag.
Five Sisters Ministry presents Goodnight God Bedtime Stories. Nick and the Moonlight Animals. Written by Del Carmen. Read to you by Angus Scott. Nicholas Cooper's stomach kept doing funny somersaults all afternoon as he prepared his camping gear. Sleeping bag, torch, hiking boots, hat, pillow. Nick was visiting Uncle Robert on his farm, and tonight they were going to camp right in Uncle Rob's enormous backyard. Nicholas had never been camping and couldn't wait to sleep under the stars. They were also going to fish in the lake and then sleep in a tent. By late afternoon, Nicholas and Uncle Rob headed to the lake. The afternoon sun was slowly beginning to sink behind the tall mountains in the distance. Nick gasped when he looked at the sky. "Wow, Uncle Rob, that's the coolest sunset I've ever seen," he exclaimed. "We get one of the best sunsets and sunrise on this farm." Uncle Rob nodded, his voice full of pride. "We don't see any of this from our apartment," Nick continued, staring at the sky. It looked like an artist from the art museum he visited in the holidays had come out here and painted the sky. Orange, yellows, and pinks splashed across, and the marshmallow clouds seemed to dance happily and disappear into the distance. "Wow." "All right, Nick," Uncle Rob boomed. "Let's go fishing." Nicholas nodded happily and got in the boat with his life jacket securely strapped to his body. Soon, they were whizzing across the lake in their motorboat with a cool wind flowing through Nick's dark curls. Finally, Uncle Rob started to slow down, and the whiz-whiz sound of the motorboat came to a stop in the middle of the lake. "We're here, boy. Now we can fish." For the next hour, Nick and his Uncle Rob fished. Silence. They had to be quiet while they waited for the fish to bite. A few leapt around them, but none wanted to be caught. Suddenly, Nick felt something tug at his fishing line. I got one! I got one! He yelled, pulling with all his might. Excellent! Now, reel it slowly so you don't lose him. Uncle Rob stood next to Nick and showed him how to bring the fish in. But Nick was too excited to listen. He pulled and tugged with all his might. Whoosh! Bang! Crash! Nick slipped and fell on the boat. Nick and his uncle roared with laughter. Fishing's not easy, he said. But it was a lot of fun. As the moonlight peeked from its hiding place and shone its face down on them, Nick and his uncle set up the blue and green tent. After dinner and some guessing games under the stars, they both crawled into bed, exhausted. Nick snuggled into his sleeping bag and closed his eyes. He turned over to one side and soon started to doze off. Suddenly, behind his closed eyes, he saw a flickering light. Then another, and another. Nick's eyes popped open. Did he imagine it? There it was again. Little round lights burst all around his tent. The lights seemed to get closer and closer and closer. Nick sat up. Uncle Rob! He cried. What happened? Uncle Rob sat up. What are those lights? Nick murmured, pointing. What lights? Suddenly, Uncle Rob let out a big loud laugh. Nick, you need to visit the country more frequently. Those are fireflies. Nick felt his face heat up with shame. Oops. He pressed his face to the thin material of the tent and watched the lights dance in the night. Uncle Rob cleared his throat. Did you know that there's about 2,000 different firefly species? Wow! And each firefly species has its own unique flashing pattern. And even the firefly's eggs glow. Uncle Rob chuckled deep in his chest. Impressive, Nick thought. But soon they won't be out and about, his uncle began. Why not? Nick asked. The nights are getting colder, and because they are cold-blooded, their activity will drop. Nick formed an O with his mouth. All right, boy, get some rest. His uncle rolled back into his sleeping bag and was soon snoring away. Just as Nick was falling asleep, he heard another unfamiliar sound.
Oh, I love that story. And you know what? There's more animal sounds throughout.
I want to know what happens.
It is good. So don't forget, this is the last sneak peek because next Tuesday, so next week is the 5th of October. And you and Poppy, you will be able to get your books. Finally! So there are a lot of details below that Mum and Dad can click and read it to you, or how to make your library and get all your audiobooks in there. So we're excited to create all these amazing books.
Yay!
So boys and girls, that's all from us. We'll be back next week with a brand new story that you are sure going to love.
That's all from us. Bye!
Bye!
And don't forget, girls, you are Gigi, gorgeous in God's image. And boys, you are also Gigi, great in God's image.